Hey, good morning. It's Benjamin. How you guys doing today? Hey, I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about crisis and process. I know in my own life there seems to be a lot of promises from God, but sometimes it seems like those promises take a while to get here. So I've been thinking about that and chewing on that. Sometimes it seems like I've got more promises than I've got promised land. And got an encouraging word from the Lord, talking about prophecy, because we've had some prophetic words of not only financial freedom, but cars and houses and lifestyles and all kinds of great things promised to us through God's scripture and through prophetic people. We haven't really seen a bunch of those come to pass. And I was talking to God about that, asking him about that, and he brought to mind Joseph. Joseph has these dreams where his brothers are going to bow down to him. And the next thing that happens is he's in the bottom of a pit looking up at them. And then you have the word that, Lazarus is sick, and Lazarus' sisters come to Jesus and they're like, hey, Lazarus is sick. And Jesus is like, hey, the sickness is not in the death, but for the glory of God. And then Lazarus dies. Did Jesus get it wrong? So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about the promises of God, and I was thinking that most of the times the promises we get, the exact opposite then happens. Then we're hurled in the crisis. And that's okay. Scripture says that we're going to suffer. And through suffering leads to perseverance. And I was asking God, I was thinking, I was like, why are you testing us? Because the Scripture says he'll test the hearts of his child. And God came right back and just said, I just want to make sure that what you've read, that I've taught you, what you've learned has taken. Like, did you get it? Do you understand? Do you understand that you can trust me? Do you understand that your best interests are my best interests? And so I looked at this shifting of crisis to process. So if you feel like you're in a crisis today, if you feel like everything's against you and coming at you, why don't you just take a minute and stop and pray and ask God what he's trying to teach you. What can I learn in this process? Like Joseph, when he went and was in jail and then became, all the different things that he went through, he if he was going to rule Egypt, he had to learn to speak Egyptian. He had to learn the culture. He had to learn the agricultural and money handling. He had to learn all this different stuff. And those years he spent learning all that stuff, the years that he was in prison, the years that he was a servant in Potiphar's house, he learned and honed all of his skills so that when he did come into the prophetic word, the promise that God had, he fulfilled it. He walked in victory and ran shop. So do know that if you feel like everything in the world's against you, it probably is. It's designed that way so that we come closer to God and we come to understand the character of God more. So if you're in a crisis, turn it into a process. We'll figure it out. You got promise? Let's get to the promised land. That's it. All right, you guys. Go and do what's right, not what's easy. Have a good day.